work that's happened across the sector already.
Once initial basic needs have been met, act to reduce distress, restore capacity if possible. Oh, you're going to say, how do I do that? Just so happens that the way...
Please make sure that you keep using these and refining these and looking at them all, out to watch.
Welcome to our first event in the Medicine and Justice Scholars series.
We're never super close growing up because she's 5 years younger than me. But over quarantine, we just got
Gỡ mà, áo luôn. Áo như cái con.
So head start.
We had almost 200 people open the news.
It felt like she was giving a lot, though.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Okay.
The tomboyish girl matched with.
Are you okay? No. Aww. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Bobby.
We usually was set 1 to 2 hours before.
Yeah. And Dad said it was gonna. Nico, what's wrong? You sitting at home? Twinkle. Hi, puppy. Are you scared? What's